This is a Steam Greenlight trailer for Crysis. I mean, 15 hammers. Or is it 15 hummers? It's hard to tell. It looks a lot like Crysis, though. I mean, it is Crysis. Albeit with some of the most amazing artifacting, the worst frame rate, and the most egregious letterboxing I've ever seen. Plus, of course, the bonus unregistered Hypercam 3 logo up in the corner. Apart from that, this is Crysis, but with the name 15 Hammers / 15 Hummers. Again, it's hard to tell. It's listed as 15 Hammers in the Greenlight page, but everything else says 15 Hummers. So it's a choose your own adventure, I guess. Choose your own name for it. But it is ultimately Crysis. A game that is many, many, many years old, that apparently this person can't run for shit, or at least record decently. Now, this would appear to be some sort of, say, demo version of the game. Maybe a template, something like that. But there's no action, at least as far as I can tell, at least so far. And it's amazing how poorly rendered this video is. Like, it's so hideous. I remember when Crysis was, you know, the game, the visual treat to beat. And it's amazing. I mean, it still holds up if you play it now. It still looks quite pretty and everything. Oh, on a bit of action. So I'm pretty sure this is 15 Hummers, because the logo for the game is a Hummer. And there's a Hummer there, I guess. Or Humvee, if you wanna. Oh, there's an enemy from Crysis. There's a bit of direction there with the font from Crysis. And here's some driving from Crysis. You find one of 15 Hummers. I mean, it's bad when you misspell the game on your own Greenlight page. The description for this one's pretty simple. A small game in which you need to find 15 Hummers. This is my first project. Please do not judge strictly. Vote for me to work harder. What? So here we have a perfect example of a developer who thinks that because this is their very first game, that they have a right to not be criticised in any way. No. When you put a game up for sale on Greenlight, you want this on Steam, don't you understand? You want to sell this as a professional product. You want this to stand next to Downwell, to stand next to Rocket League, to stand next to Overlord Fellowship. Well, I suppose you could stand next to Overlord Fellowship of Evil, but that's besides the point. I'm sorry, it's shit. And that's not me judging strictly, that's me being brutally, perfectly honest with you. You just took Crysis and made it look hideous. It's shit. And that may sound harsh, and people may think I'm being unfair, and cruel and bullying, but it's, as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing you a kindness, my friend. If this is your first project, don't show it to anyone. Don't. Get good and then do it. Show us it when you've done something worth showing. I mean, I could take a shit on the floor and say it's my first piece of art, but I'd just bury it in the yard like I do all my other shits. Come on. Come on. You're not entitled to praise just because you put some poo up on Greenlight.